Hi guys, back to share a journal with you that I finished for my Etsy shop, and it's a fabric patchwork cover journal. It's hardcover, it's got 3 signatures, and the fabric on the front is upholstery fabric, and it's out of those fabric sample books. So I'll give you a closer look. I love this leaf fabric. So that's the front, the spine, and the back. I'll put all the measurements and the number of pages and everything in the Etsy listing. So from the center signature, I've left the threads long, and on the end of them, one of them I've just got a little metal butterfly charm, and the other has a flat bead, and I've just made a head pin to put through to tie it to the end of the string. It's like one of those mother of pearl, but it's got a blue tinge. I don't know if it's showing up on camera. Okay, so it's got a fabric tie closure. The stitching on the front isn't perfect. You'll see there's a few little skippity skips here and there. I don't know why my sewing machine is skipping. Someone did say that you need to, when that happens, you just need to change the needle. But I've changed the needle and it's still doing a few skippies, but only when I sew fairly thick stuff. So this fabric, the upholstery fabric's quite thick. But that's okay. It's a junk journal. Okay, so I need to sit down for this. Yeah, I'm still hobbling. Okay, hope you can see okay. I'm sorry about the lighting. I don't know why. It's just so dark in here. Once I turn the camera on, it seems bright enough when I'm in the room. It's only once that camera goes on, I'm not sure. Okay, so the inside cover is also upholstery fabric and an upholstery fabric pocket, some lace down here. The spine I've used denim from an old pair of jeans. So I know a lot of people use fabric or Tyvek or something like that, you know, cloth tape or something. Excuse me. But I find the denim works really well. It molds, you know, to the little crevices really well, and it's quite thick, so the glue doesn't go through, and it's really strong and sturdy. I quite like how the denim works on the spine. So as you can see, it is a hidden stitching spine. Okay. The little tabs up here as well. The little, see those little tabs? Those were the little tabs on the original this original book. So when I gutted the book, those little cloth tabs, I saved them because they were blue, and I put them back into the book. Okay, so the front pocket just got some, these are images out of an old stamp catalogue. It's just got postcards and old letters and stamps and some old documents and stuff in the catalogues, and I've just cut them out, backed them onto coffee dyed paper. Excuse me, I've got a bug in my throat. I have started this video half a dozen times, so I'm just going to press on. So some little blue stamps. An old letter. Look at the writing. I love the old writing. It's a shame that we lost that script type style writing. Anyway, so you can use those as little journal cards. Now I haven't overly embellished this journal, and I haven't junked and grunged it up too much. I was tempted, I must admit, because that's just my natural style. But there's no theme to this journal. It's just a junk journal. Everything in it is from, you know, rescued or salvaged or recycled materials. I haven't purchased anything new other than what was new in this? Other than glue, inks and dyes. That's the only thing. Everything else is rescued. The only things I do purchase new, I suppose, is if it's at a recycle centre or a charity op shop. So things like scrapbook papers, I don't purchase new. If I see them at a charity op shop or recycle centre, I'll pick them up. But otherwise I'll make do with what I find. Okay, so this is a page out of a diary. It's really pretty. Some fabric and a button. Some coffee dyed paper. I also haven't put too much coffee dyed paper in this one like I normally do, because I really love dark grungy journals. So this one, there's no theme to it. It's just a regular junk journal, not overly embellished. So it's I suppose a real writing journal. And I suppose if you're looking for a theme, maybe a blue theme, only because I've used all blue fabric on the cover, and so there's quite a few blue things throughout. This is just a little notebook with some scrap papers. Sorry, a little notepad, bit of fabric, blue writing paper. This is a page out of a book on how to draw roses. A little fabric tab. This is some accounting paper. It's vintage accounting paper, but it was in really good nick. I found a couple of piles of blue and some red one, which you'll see later in the journal. Still in the original packaging and everything. This is some dyed paper that I've dyed with food colouring. Oh, this paper is so cool. This is old computer paper. You know, the old dot matrix printers, you know, back and forwards, and had the little sprockets on the side, and you'd put the paper, those little holes, into the little sprockets, and the pages, it's just one continuous page, and you rip it. There's perforations between each page, and you rip it apart. It's so cool. Got the old numbers down the side and everything. I really love that paper. Some map page. If you're new to junk journals as well, you're probably wondering why junk journalers, well, people that make journals, put map pages and book pages and music pages and that in there when you can't, you know, write on it. For me, it's just a background page. So this is a background page for you to, you know, glue stuff on top of, pictures or photos or tickets and whatever you glue in there. Oh, that's just a little fabric flower with a sewn button. Just like a little, you know, tab to open that up. This is the other coloured accounting paper I was saying earlier, the red one. Coffee dyed paper. Okay, this is the centre of the first signature. This is a fabric covered pocket, and I did show how I make these. I'll put a link in the comments box below. So the stitching for the first signature is down the centre there. Inside I've just put some blue papers. So this is daisy and butterfly notepad paper. Not sure what this was off, can't recall. It's quite thick, it's kind of like a scrapbook paper or something. And just some blue note paper. But there's heaps of room in that pocket. You can fit quite a fair bit. Coffee dyed paper. Another little flower tab to open that up with an old button. Some more of the food colouring dyed papers. The fabric tab. It's just a little pocket that I've made out of book page. Actually, I did a video, wow, ages ago when my channel first opened. Maybe, gee, year and a half, it might be 2 years ago now. Just on how to fold these. I'll go find the link and I'll put it down below. So it's just got a pocket this way and a pocket that way. And inside I've put some little stamp tags. Look at that one with the little flower. It's so cute. And that's also a little stamp tag out of that stamp catalogue. Sorry, a little stamp image out of the stamp catalogue with some scrap fabric underneath. And I've just sewn around it on my sewing machine. Oh goodness, I've got threads everywhere on my desk. Another image out of this stamp catalogue. I think they're really cute. I love those stamp catalogues. It's a page out of that diary, and I'll just stitch down the side. Okay, that's the end of the first signature. This is a page out of that book, How to Draw Roses. Really pretty. Some grid paper. Some sort of work order sheet that I've just coffee dyed. Just some crocheted trim and a little bluebird notebook. I did a video on how to make these as well. I'll just put again the link in the comments box below. So it's basically just a decoupage napkin on book page with some little pages sewn in. See, the book lies nice and flat. I really like the hardcover. I usually make soft cover journals because I like to do a lot of sewing, but this one, I did do the sewing on the cover, but made it a hardcover journal. And I just think the hardcover journals feel like a real book. But I must say, I do prefer making the soft covers. So this is the centre of the second signature. And for this one, I've left the stitching showing. And I've put the little charms on that I showed you at the beginning. It's just a bird note card. And that's just on a blue paper clip with with some eyelash trim. This is trim, really pretty. It's like machine embroidered. I'll just stitch down the sides to make a little pocket. Inside, in there I've got a little bluebird card. Someone sent this to me, but I can't remember who. I have a feeling maybe Tony Williams. And this is one of the little feather tags I made. This one's got a hint of blue down the side. Isn't it so cute? I love it. Now, if you don't like real bird feathers, if you're purchasing this journal, in the comments box at checkout in Etsy, just leave a comment if I can, asking me to replace the bird feather with something else, and I'll just swap it out. just because I know some people don't like bird feathers. I mean, I do spray them with a disinfectant spray before I use them, but I know some people just don't like bird feathers. I love the sound of this paper. It's really thin and crispy. This is a to-do list, and this was sent to me in a happy mail from Denise Howard. She doesn't have a channel yet. I've been giving Denise a little prod. I'm the worst person. Honestly, there would be, every Aussie in Australia would have a junk journal channel if you left it to me. I every time someone, they're in communication with me, and if they show me any of their work, oh, you should do a YouTube channel. You should do an Etsy shop. But just because I found it a really enjoyable experience, and I think a lot of people would as well. But yeah, Denise sent me that in a happy mail. It's really thick. They're so cool. I'm not sure where it's from though. I'm too blind to read that, sorry. And I've just got some check notepad paper. It's really thick. I don't know if that's scrapbook paper or what it is. I'm not sure where that came from. I think from my sister. She gives me a lot of random stuff. Okay, this is the third signature. And on here, this is also out of that stamp catalogue. And I love this. I just backed it with coffee dyed paper just to make a great big journal card. It's a stamp sheet. It's so cool. All of that computer paper. Oh, this is some old foolscap school paper. It's got the plastic down the side so it doesn't rip out of the folder. Look at the colour, it's so cool. It's like a greeny blue. It's just a picture cut out of a folk art magazine. It was a circle, so I just made a circle pocket. And this little tag came in a happy mail from Janine. Look, Janine. And that's just some nylon ribbon. Yeah, was it you, Janine? I was saying I really need to start using my happy mail stuff. I kind of tend to hoard my happy mails because somebody sent it to me, so I don't want to let it go. But I'm trying to start using little bits and pieces where I can. I mean, I'll use everything eventually. Just letting it go. This is another piece out of that stamp catalogue, and this is like an old document or something with stamp duty stamps on it. Just backed it onto some book page to make it a bit sturdier and turned it into a pocket. Inside is just a diary page. I don't think it's that old, 2011 I think. I've just coffee dyed that. Just because I think they make interesting writing pages. Oops. This is blue photocopy paper, which I've coffee dyed. I really love how it comes out. This is the centre of the third signature, and this is also a fabric covered pocket. And in there I've put just this flower postcard. And this little notebook. This was sent to me by Tony Williams. I know this one was Tony's. Isn't it cute? She always made the cutest little things out of her scraps. She put a little doily in the centre. Really cute. I've had that for ages. I haven't wanted to let it go. But I think it goes well in this journal. Oops, I've shoved that too far down. So you can see I really held back embellishing this like I would normally do. Because my style is very junky, and this journal I've tried to keep a little neater. And by embellishing it, for me, means I would turn this in from a neat journal into a junky journal. That's just a bit of fabric with a little postage stamp and book page, just to make a little tab. I love that old computer paper. That's just a large pocket with some paper. This is actually the inside of a large security envelope. But I think the patterns are really cute. And it makes a good little writing paper piece. This was out of, I think a notebook or something, but it's really thick paper. So just turned it into a pocket. Then in the back here, I've just put a few odds and pods. So that's some more upholstery fabric. Now I did get a glue splotch here and here because I actually dropped the glue bottle. I did that fumbling thing, you know, where you juggle it and it went dunk dunk. And I tried to wipe it off, but it left a little stain there and there. So you can just see a little bit of a glue dot, but that's okay because whatever you put in the pocket covers it anyway. And again, it's a junk journal. Okay, so I've got a blue Rolodex card. Is that what they're called? These, actually, I've got some in my shop now because I found a whole bunch of them. This is a check requisition. Credit Swiss Investment Management Australia. No idea. Came across a pad or two of them. Thought they'd be good for junk journals. And this is just one of my scrap tags or bookmarks that I made. This is actually scraps left over from making this journal. I put all the scraps into a little box and I said I was going to make embellishments and stuff for this journal and other journals. But yeah, that little box quickly overflowed. And I didn't even put much, didn't do a lot of embellishing in this journal like I would normally do. Okay, and that's the back. Okay, so this little journal will be in my Etsy shop after this video is uploaded, if you're interested. And thanks for watching. Bye.